Welcome back for another video. We've talked about the world number one on this channel before, but we've never asked the question, who's at the very opposite end of the ranks in last place? So I went on a mission to find the manager and how they managed it. First of all, we had to establish a few rules. Rule number one, they must have started the season in Gameweek 1. Fun fact, on the FPL website there's actually separate rankings for each game week which a manager started. There's actually managers already in the top 10k that started in Gameweek 2, but that's one for another day. We have to look at Gameweek 1 teams only, because otherwise those who create a team today are technically in last place. Rule 2, they need to be actively playing the game. We're not interested in someone that made a team in August and then forgot their password. Active managers only. Rule 3, they can't have taken tons of hits. There's actually thousands of managers bizarrely that take hundreds of point hits every single game week. There's some sitting on negative points even for the season. We're only interested in those that are playing every week trying to score the most points possible. So I went on the leaderboards and I clicked next page. In the URL it shows the page number you're on, and there was no way I'm clicking next page till we get to the last manager. So after trying a bunch of times I eventually found our manager 195,000 pages into the leaderboards. Sean Dyche. Is it the real Sean Dyche? What can we learn from him? He's even got the Everton crest, and he's got a few Everton players and some former Burnley players that he managed. He's averaged 30 points per game week and he's made one transfer per game week on average. So I present to you Sean Dyche's team. This is how he lined up in Game Week 1. Pickford in goal, Cucurella, Walker and Livramento. Very ahead of the curve with the Livramento pick, who some are finally picking up 12 or so game weeks later. In midfield, Danjuma, Milner captain, McAllister, Foden and Havertz, Jackson and Raul Jimenez up top. The more I tried to understand the team, the less it made sense. My best guess is that he's picking the types of players that Dyche would love to manage. A lot of players you consider proper Dyche players anyway. Maybe it's the real Sean Dyche we're looking at here. 16.7 million in the bank, by the way. Who needs Salah or Haaland? He's in a mini league called the Pie and Pint League. So in Game Week 2 he sells Pickford for Sanchez. An odd one to drop his keeper so quickly, but it is Dyche's keeper and he probably knew about the lack of clean sheets coming. A disaster captaincy with Milner not playing, vice-captain Sanchez delivers 2 points. 23 points in Game Week 2, exact same score he'd managed in Game Week 1. Game Week 3 he sells Livramento for Ruben Diaz, not bad. Diaz a pretty reliable route into City's defence, but no clean sheet here, and Livramento wasn't getting any minutes. 34 points in Game Week 3, top score of the season so far. Game Week 4 he sells Walker and he gets an Everton player back in, Ashley Young. 30 points but not enough for a green arrow, a rank drop from 8.5 mil to 9 mil. Milner auto subs off his bench for him with a 0-pointer after getting booked in a 9-minute appearance. By Game Week 5, 1 million in team values evaporated, 32 points scored after selling Jackson for Ferguson. A masterclass here with Captain Kyrian not playing, so Vice-Captain Sanchez returns a 20-pointer.
Put the ball in that end, stop it going in that end.
Biggest score of the season from his captain. Doherty 0-pointer subs off the bench, having conceded twice in a 30-minute cameo. In Game Week 6, after the blank from Doherty, he makes way and Dawson comes in. After several consecutive starts for Danjuma, he's suddenly benched and Beto starts for Everton, so he gets 1 point from captain Danjuma. Foden comes through with an 11-pointer. Game Week 7's a nice move. Milner finally leaves the team and Gordon comes in, who he captains straight away for a 10-pointer. Ruben Diaz scores -2, Dawson blanks again, as does Young, McAllister, Foden, Ferguson and Jimenez. 36 points and another red arrow to 9.3 mil now. In Game Week 8, Dyche has had enough of the red arrows, free hit active. Only he gets it all wrong, he only makes one transfer on the free hit. Foden out, Matheus Nunes in. He was primed for a green arrow here with the chip active, but ultimately finishes on 21 points. Hiya Dyche, just checking if you knew your free hit was active and you only made one transfer.
I didn't see it, I didn't even know I'd been on it. So that's news to me.
Kyrgios only started one game all season at this point, so in Game Week 9 he sells him for Reguilon, but Reguilon doesn't play. Cucurella auto subs off his bench with 0 points after conceding twice against Arsenal and getting booked. He's got a soft spot for Rodriguez, who every week he starts but gets auto subbed off after not playing. Starting to wonder if this really is Sean Dyche. Game Week 10, Danjuma leaves the team and Douglas Luiz comes in with an immediate assist. By far the biggest score of Dyche's season with 44 points, but it's not enough for a green arrow. It drops to 9.6 mil. By this point a green arrow seems an impossibility. Well, think again. In Game Week 11 he spends 2 transfers for his first -4 of the season. Jimenez and Reguilon out and Nketiah and Maguire come in. Captain Gordon delivers 14 points in a week where Salah and Haaland blank, among many others. 39 points, or 35 after the -4, and he gets a green arrow. This takes him from 9.68 mil to 9.67 mil. Dyche masterclass, he's finally done it. In Gameweek 12, Ashley Young leaves the team, and in comes Mikalenko with a 9-pointer off the bat. Captain Gordon blanks, as does Vicario Dawson, Kukurea with -1, Diaz, Havertz, Douglas Luiz, Foden and Nketiah all blank. 26 points, not enough for a green arrow unfortunately. And it's the week he finally puts Rodriguez on his bench, who comes through with a 2-pointer. So that brings us up to date, but let's go a step further. If we overly analyse this team, there's some fun findings here. Dyche is a maverick manager, having used every single possible formation in FPL already, even 5-4-1. I can't remember the last time I saw 5-4-1 in FPL. Dyche isn't afraid to go against the crowd. Analysis of his captaincy shows us that he's captained 6 different players. Gordon the most with 4 times, and then Foden, Sanchez, Milner, Havertz and Danjuma. He's owned Man City players the most, starting them 24 times. Chelsea in second with 20 starts, and then it's Arsenal and of course Everton with 16 starts in Dyche's team. If any of you have any idea what this team's about, then let us know in the comments. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm baffled, but that is the team that's ranked last, Sean Dyche. Thanks for watching.